All right, what's up, guys? Here we are, recapping the day. I got my tea all ready, some chamomile tea, because this is going to be a little bit longer of a recap. Um, Finishing nicely up on the day. I want to go through some metrics and then also through my live recording of the day. So today I'm finishing green, $523. So very, very good green day today. Made all of it, almost all of it on BIAF, on one stock. The rest I had small green on, and it was small red on ABOS. So did very, very well. Today I woke up and we did see some action on Tuesday. And so I was thinking this could be the turn in the momentum, and this is where we could possibly see some more action in the small cap market. So I came in today anticipating that, and it definitely paid off. My position size was anywhere between 5 and 10,000. Largest position size was, I think, like 8.5K dollar position on BIAF, which was like a 2,250 share position, which is really good, which is really definitely a step in the right direction. And I do think that I can even do more than that. I think I can do 4 or 5,000 shares on something like this. So, but definitely very, very good today. Um, and I'm sure this stock could take a lot more size as well. It's probably very, very liquid. You could probably take 2,500 share increments easily on this. But I was only doing 750 share increments at the most. And I think, as my confidence starts to increase after having these bigger green days, I think I'm going to push myself even more. Like, there's no reason I can't handle a 1,000 share increment on something like this on BIAF. And so we'll get there, but it takes time. And just got to make sure that I'm trading the right setups, the right stocks, and it's in the right market sentiment, market environment. And today was definitely the right market environment. So first, I want to go through BIAF. So BIAF pre-market. I don't have pre-market trading recorded. So here I saw this popping up. Take a good trade here at 72. It's reclaiming this wick, but I'm selling at the high, which I could have held for, and it ran up to 3. Missed the break of 3, but it did scalp here for break even trade. The thing with pre-market that I struggle with is I'm always getting partial fills. And then I have to type in over here. I have to click this and type it in and here, and it takes like 10 seconds. And that 10 seconds could be the difference between a green trade and a red trade. And that is like the worst. This is why I do not like Thinkorswim for trading pre-market, because the partial fills, you can't just do Command F or whatever your hotkey is for flatten position. You can't just flatten your position pre-market. It doesn't work. So I have to manually type in the order that I got partial fill in, and it can really throw you off. And that started to get a little bit on my nerves. After we broke 3, I didn't have any good trades yet on it, and it made a huge move from a nice 30% run and 3 candles. Pull back, getting in at 313 for the pullback, and don't see that immediate bounce. So I did take it off for break even. Here we have a nice 1 minute ABCD pattern, and I was adding here at 319, 320, taking some off for small loss, and then selling the rest for a 5-cent gain. And that put me up roughly like maybe like 50, 75 bucks, something like that. And so now I'm like, all right, okay. And then it starts to go backside a little bit, which forms a 5-minute ABCD, or 1 minute and a 5. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute. So 5-minute ABCD pattern. The 1 minute is a little bit drawn out, but you can see how the 5-minute ABCD pattern we have here is the A. So here's the first move. Then we have A, B, C, D. And the entry point could either be off for the higher low off the low and you're risking the previous low, you could buy anticipating the break of the pivot point, and then you can also buy for the break of high a day. If the market is really hot or you're a really skilled trader, you could be buying off the lows here for the higher low, anticipating the break of the pivot point, the apex point, or you could be adding there and then adding again at the high, and then at that point you're up 10% on a pretty decent position, and you're probably hitting your daily goal after something like this. But pre-market trading is just so stressful for me. It's just not my thing. It's just there's something I have to work on. It's just something I have to work on. Here I'm getting in at the extended point of this candle at 21 for the break of the pivot, breaks the pivot, taking it off for 1 cent gain, getting back in at the high of this candle now. Now we're really extended, literally at 33 at the high of this candle, selling it for 1 cent gain, and then getting in at the high of this candle. Now it's really, really extended. Here I'm in at 44, selling at 43. That's just a mess. I don't know what was going on here, but this was a really good move. Another 3 candles for 15% move from about $3 to about $3.50. Really good stuff. Do go in here for a dip for a 3 cent gain, or 3 cent gain here, and then getting in at 1,500 shares, decent position size at 40, and I get shaken out here at break even, and it goes up, breaking 350. That was that really just this whole pre-market trading is just was horrendous. It was really, really bad. I think a part of it is, well, pre-market, it's just harder for me to kind of read the tape and kind of get a proper entry for some reason. I think just not. I don't know. I think I'm just more geared towards market open trading, and that pre-market trading kind of just I feel like I lose my edge, part of my edge. At least and it's a little bit tougher for scalping because I feel like it's harder to be getting accurate fills, because I can't just hit buy market or sell market to get in and out real quickly. I either have to wait on the bid, and then if I'm waiting on the bid, I can get partial fills, and if I get a partial fill, I gotta type it in here. Or if I'm trying to sell the bid, I feel like the bids are dropping while I'm trying to get out, and I don't get filled, and I'm canceling orders and trying to get filled, and then by that time I'm either farther down or I'm trying to get filled on the ask, and the ask is pushing up, and I don't get filled in the ask. I'm canceling orders, but then it falls through, and I'm getting filled on the way down. That's happened so many times. Pre-market trading is definitely not my strong suit, and I know that. And I mean, I've known that for a while. My statistics even show that from 7 a.m. recently, the past 2 months, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm actually red. So I definitely have to keep that in mind to be really, if I'm going to trade pre-market, I have to do small size. The whole idea is just to get small green, just to get some sort of cushion, either like 10, 15, $50, $100. Just anything, just to have a little cushion going into the day. But, pre-market is definitely not where I should be trying to make or break my day, because my statistics show that it's really, I don't really have an edge like I do at the market open. So let's go into the market open. So I don't think I had any other trades pre-market. Oh, we did trade ABOS pre-market. This one, so as I was trading the other stock, BIAF, ABOS started to pop up. And here I went for 84 for the break of this pivot, 894. Taking it off for 3 cent gain and taking the rest off for 14 cent gain. So not bad there. And here, small loss. No, about $25 loss. So pretty much made $25 there, gave it back there. And then as I was looking at BIAF, this candle ripped up. 5% candle, continued higher. Tried scalping here at 39. It's actually a really good entry down here at 34. So literally the low, 34, the lower this candle. I must have been sitting on the bid and sold at 39, which was kind of an early sell, but and then here I scalped for another 10 cents, but 500 shares, so quick $50. But then getting in 79, kind of extended. I don't know what made me get in here at 79. Maybe I think that there was going to be a rip towards 10. That's what I was thinking. But breakout or bailout, took a quick 15-cent loss, so I was a $30 loss. Pretty much gave back what I made there. Here, break even, or no, 300 shares. I got filled partial here at 42, adding at 47, looking for like a reversal off the 9 EMA, and we don't really hold. We go down, we flush down through. Now I'm taking losses here, 20-cent, 30-cent losses. And we never really have that bounce. I'm trying to anticipate that bounce, that curl back through on the 5-minute, maybe a 5-minute bounce. I'm thinking because we got support here, maybe on this pivot point, we could see some support at $9, and we don't see that bounce. I was looking for something like this, kind of something like that, but we don't see anything like that. So took losses on ABOS, pretty much giving back profits there. But small red at the end of ABOS, which is okay. I mean, it was a very choppy ticker. So, while yes, there was a lot to be made, especially, pre-market, you had this nice move. Market open, the breakthrough VWAP was a nice move. There was also a lot of opportunity to lose money because you got this backside here. It was very choppy after that VWAP breakout. Pretty much had no clean moves after that. Choppy. Here, again, choppy, not really holding that breakout. So ABOS, wasn't the best ticker, but definitely did give its opportunity earlier in the day. So the rest we're going to go through. So tops, I'm going to go over tops because it's not in my recording. So let's go through tops. Tops. So tops. It's just okay. There we go. So tops here went for a dip at 29, looking for a break back over 340, 350, maybe break through the highs. We did kind of have this like kind of a flat bottom. I thought it was getting bought up. But we did have an immediate flash down to $3, and then it reclaimed back to 320s, and I was like, all right, I just got to cut it, and this is just too sketchy. And it started popping up midday after BIAF run. This is when I started getting interested in it again. So getting in at 23 out of 24, 45 out of 45, 42 out of 38, so small losses there. 1 cent gain there, and a 6 cent gain there. So definitely not good trades, the best trades there. But the spread was a little bit wider, it was a little bit more unreliable. I remember on the spread, but it did give a decent move there. So that was tops. SOBR we can go through. I think I traded this pre-market. Yeah, so pre-market on SOBR as it was. So I was a little bit triggered about missing a couple moves pre-market on ABOS and BIAF. So I see this move and I'm like, all right, I could get a move through $2 here. So this is ripping up. I see it. I'm getting in first entries at 94, adding at 95, trying to get that breakthrough $2. Sell half at break even, and then I'm getting back in 2,000 shares. So now I'm holding 2,500 shares, $2 stock, so $5,000 position size for the breakthrough $2. It's got to be breakout or bailout, and we break out. It's taking it off immediately at 201 to 203, 202. And thank God it did have a pretty big flush there. But that was a quick $73, pretty much in the span of a couple of seconds. And that made me feel a little bit better pre-market after missing some moves. But definitely BIAF probably was the best one pre-market. I was watching it from the beginning of the move. from the beginning of the move. It moved about 36%, and I was break even on it. That shouldn't happen. That definitely should not happen. Here was bullish, reclaiming the topping wick. Here, ABCD pattern, break through the pivot, and I wasn't holding. I was getting in at the highs. Just, I don't know. I wish I had that pre-market recording because I was really missed some good opportunity there. It still like kind of gets me triggered because of how clean it was. It was just so clean here. The ABCD pattern gave a great move. Really, there's no chance. Like there was no sign looking at it here that I should be shaken out. It didn't even pull back. It didn't even have a micro pullback. It just went up it just ripped from this ABCD pattern. And man, I just wish I was I held it more. I just wish I held it more. But you live and you learn. This is how you learn, is by reviewing your trades and seeing what you could improve on. And this exactly here, pre-market trading. Maybe don't do the big size, but hold your winners. You don't need to sell if it's still looking good. Obviously you're a little bit nervous about trying to get filled if it does go down, but if you're using small size, you can manage your risk, and make sure that one trade doesn't have the power to make or break your day. And if I have that attitude going into something like this, I could probably be green. Have a nice, maybe, even a small size. I could have maybe $100 to $150 in profit on something like this, and I'll be sitting pretty for the open. So that's something that my attitude I can take into the markets going into tomorrow pre-market. That still trade pre-market, just I can have to be able to adapt and make sure that I'm managing my risk effectively. So that's it for what I have here. PEPG, I think I took one trade, one scalp on this. Not a bad move here. I missed this. I kind of just watched it go. Here I tried going in for dips. Here, a couple cent gain, 10-cent gain there, 25 shares. Small size, very, very small size, couple bucks. So that was that. And now we can go through what we got on the recording. If you're still watching right now, do hit the thumbs up button. Would love that. We just broke 300 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer to 350, 400. So if you're not yet a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like button and comment down below. So let me pull this up. Why is this being all weird? Okay. All right. So here we got BIAF coming into the open. So right at the open, so I have everything ready. I'm prepared. I'm saying my my daily affirmations before the market open, doing my prayers, and market opens, and we go for the dip. So right now, I'm scalping the panic dip at the open. Now this can be a very risky enter because sometimes the orders do lag. The orders are lagging. You don't want to do this. So I actually should have went in on only 100 share size just to see if my orders were going through fine before I did bigger share size, but I did forget to do that. Sometimes my orders do just kind of sit there, and the stock will flush down here, down to 330, and I can't get out because it says that I'm not filled, but then it fills me up at 350 while it's out 330, and now I'm taking an instant 20-cent loss. That's happened before, so I need to be a little bit more careful with this for sure. But you know, it does work out in this case. My fails are doing pretty well. But so pretty much I'm just scalping the lows. So we do have some support down here at 340, some support at 350, psychological support, kind of forming this ABCD pattern, wedge pattern. So getting in at 52, selling at 58. You see how it kind of like bounces up and down like a yo-yo? At the market open, you never really get, it's not often where you just get a stock that just goes straight down. Especially if it's the leading gapper on the day, it's gapping up, has high volume. There's definitely going to be buyers on it. So kind of just you know, scalping the lows of the extended parts of this candle. And most of this just comes from experience, just seeing the charts. But I do miss this. And this part here, I do miss where I want to point out, because I was not seeing this on the tape until now. And this is another reason why you should be recording your trades and going over them a couple times a day, because sometimes you're going to miss stuff. And now I'm going to be more keen to watching this next time when I'm trading in real time. You could see I go in for the dip at 52. So we have get filled at 49, bounces up to 54, take my profits, and then I'm getting back in here. And you can see here I'm getting in, and I'll watch this on the level 2. So we have orders coming in. Watch the tape. Tape is going, tape is going, tape is going. 52, look at 352 here is not breaking. It says there's only 300 shares on the sell side at 352. And orders are still going through. Orders are still going through. It's sold more than 300 shares. Should have been bought up by now if this was real, but it's actually a hidden seller. You can tell this because the orders are going through and this is not changing. And it's kind of pinned against 352. So you can tell it's a hidden seller. Then all of a sudden it starts to kind of increase, and that's pretty much the orders. People are starting to realize that there was a hidden seller and they're kind of trying to get out for a break even or for a small loss, which I should have got out there at 350, but I didn't see it, so I kind of sold for pretty much at the low of that candle. So I paid for that one because I wasn't keen looking at the level 2 and kind of saw that. I didn't see that at all. So there I took 5-cent loss. I don't know why. Why was I looking? What was going on here? So I'm getting in. I don't like to be looking. I shouldn't be looking at. I have this habit of looking at my orders and stuff and P&L while the market's still going. I shouldn't be doing that when at the market open, the first 1 minute of the market open. I shouldn't be doing that. It's a bad habit. Anyways, so we get in at 58. We see a nice load of buyers buying this up to the highs. Still kind of holding that the ABCD pattern, the wedge pattern, with that kind of like a flat top breakout at 370. So I do buy for the retest of the highs, but I sell on the before the breakout. I sell before the breakout for a small gain. Not a small gain. It was still like $200. So here I'm just gonna watch this again. So you see a flash of green now going into the highs. 750 shares. Took it off at 5-cent gain. What? Getting back in at 71. Adding. Still holding 1,500 shares. Now unwinding for the extension. I was selling before the extension. That was the problem. This is cold market mindset I was stuck in. Selling for pennies when I could be holding for the extension. Because right now we're getting stocks that are extending. They are really, really extending. And so that's why you want to be able to just hold for a couple seconds longer. It can mean the difference between a $100 gain and a $300 gain. So now this is our leading gapper. We got nice volume here coming up to $4 psychological resistance. Next is give me that quick 1 minute micro pullback, 1 minute pullback, and that rip higher. So we do get the 1 minute pullback. I get in at 82. Immediately, look at that surge of buying. Everyone, all the bulls are looking at this. All the bulls are looking at this. This is crazy. Absolutely insane. and I'm doing 500 share increments or 750 share increments. I should be doing 1,000. I should be doing 1,500 when I see this type of stuff. Look at that. Immediately up 15 cents from my entry. Holy shit. This is why trading is amazing. When you just see hot markets like this, it's like it's like having your own personal money printer. That's how it feels sometimes. It's just these hot markets can be so easy to make money if you can see the patterns. So now I'm up. It's 3 minutes into the market. 3 minutes is 9:33 a.m. and I'm up $332. This is the type of market that I love. I mean, I've been waiting for this for like 2 months. So now we're looking, when do I get in? So kind of holding this kind of 1 minute pullback. We do have a topping tail. So I guess what you want to do is wait for, I mean, for me, I want to wait for some strength to see it kind of reclaiming the top of this wick. And that's what I did. I got in at 390. Well, I took that quick scalp for 5 cents, and now it's reclaiming that wick. Now it's holding the highs there. For the breakthrough 4, I'm in 1,000 shares, taking it off for quick profits there. Now I'm up 410. And I'm not even taking like maximum size. Like this stock, I could be taking 3,000 to 5,000 share increments. That is like the upper end of what you can take on something like this. This can definitely handle that type of size. It's just the only thing that's holding anyone back from doing that is their own mind. That is really it. That's the only thing that would hold them back, is just not being used to or being too scared to take a loss on that sort of size. I mean, because you can take a pretty big loss if you're taking that big of a size. Every 10 cents is $500. And if you get caught in a flush down, you could be down maybe 20 or 30 cents. You'd be down $1,000 to $1,500 in a matter of a few seconds. So the risk is definitely there, but you just have to, I guess the trick is just like realizing when you are in a market where that performs well with your strategy. And when that happens, then the leverage is on your side. You should be using your cash and be sizing in, at least pushing it 10%, a little bit more, just 10% more, 10% more, and that will get used to you pushing a little bit farther, and eventually you will get to that 3,000 to 5,000 share size. But today I definitely did push that, at least push my 10% a little bit farther. 1,000 share increments definitely does sound nice, but if it didn't work out like what happened today, like you always have to keep in mind the risk that you're taking. And if I hit buy button 2 times, I'm in 2,000 shares. If I take a 20-cent loss, it's $400, and that would pretty much give me no chance at ever hitting my monthly goal if I took a $400 loss today. So the risk was definitely there. So I did push a little bit, but not to the level where is really going to be making my heart pounding. There's some positions that I take that my heart is just, I can feel it beating every beat, and those are where it's really pushing your comfort zone, and that's where you really make most of your growth, at least emotionally. the emotional growth to getting used to taking bigger share size. So anyways, we do have, now we're on the second pullback. We did reclaim that wick, we broke out. Now I'm looking for potential another pullback. We do not break out there. We do have a little bit of flush there. I try scalping the lows off of it, but there's not much meat on the bone there. Kind of just, it's holding lows. It's holding the lows. You see, like the candle's making the new low, and it's not really getting bought up real quickly. So that's where, that's where I start to exercise a little bit of caution. And you can really see that down here. We do have a little bit of a pop there, but we reject for that 1 minute candle to make a new high. And that's now where we're looking for now the 5 minute setup. So we break down to the new low. I tried to scalp off the new low at 86, but we're still hanging around those lows. We're not really getting bought up to 90, 95. So this is where I'm going to want to think about cutting it for break even, small gain, small loss. There's 95 for a second. There's SOBR there. We do reject that 1 minute candle, make a new high again. So now this would be the 5 minute setup. You can see I do have a trend line here. This is going to be the ascending support line from pre-market. And now we have sort of a flat bottom. So if this is bearish, if there's shorts on this and the sellers are stronger and overpowering the bulls, this will break below this flat bottom and flush all the way down through this trend line, break 370 and come down even farther below the pre-market highs, and that's going to be bearish. But this is a key level. You want to see what is going to happen after it does break the low. And that's why I like a lot of times to watch sometimes I like to watch to see what happens after the stock breaks a high or what happens after a stock breaks a low, because then that can give you some more information on whether the stock is still strong or if the stock is weak. Because if the stock breaks out and it pulls back and it doesn't hold the highs, it's weak. But if the stock breaks down, breaks below a low like this, if it breaks a low and it kind of just doesn't flush down and kind of reclaims that level, then it shows strength and then you want to get in. And then that's also a really good entry to hold for a potential retest of the highs. And you would be risking such a little amount for a really big potential reward. And those are one of the best entries to go long, is the fake out off of the support level. So, shorts are a little bit thinking that this is going to flush down and kind of go through a backside and go backside, but it does reject, and this would be a really good area to get long if you can spot the weakness. So here you can spot the weakness because look, it breaks down and you can see flashes of green coming on the tape as soon as it breaks below. We got a little bit there. Here comes the green. See 8,000 share order, 2,000 share order at 80 and 81. So here comes more green and reclaiming that level. This would be a good area to get long. If you're someone who likes to hold a little bit longer of a time period, this is a good area to get long if you can spot the strength as it's breaking a low. And you can get in and you can hold for the potential retest of the high, potential retest of the pivot point. Those are two areas of key resistance that you want to either take profit into, or if you're aggressive, you can actually add into that area if you really think the stock is going to break into new highs. So, and this gives you a really, really good risk reward because you're pretty much risking the low of this candle. I'm risking 5 cents. So I got in at 385 and the low is 380. So my risk is 5 or 6 cents. So that's really, really low risk. And the potential reward, if I'm a longer person who holds for a longer time frame, is from 85 all the way up to 425. That's 40 cents a share. So that's pretty significant. That's almost a 10-to-1 risk reward. And if it's a really hot market, this could break the highs and go to 5 and 6. We've seen that plenty of times on these small caps. So that's also a really good entry if you're somebody who likes to hold for longer time frames. But I'm not someone who really likes to hold for the longer time frames. I kind of adapted to taking quick profits and getting back in and getting back out, getting back in and getting back out. that's just kind of what's worked for me. But you know, there's not one way to do it. So many ways to trade. So if you're someone who likes to hold longer, then definitely there's a lot more money on the table for people who trade like that. People who trade like that probably have way bigger P&Ls than maybe I will ever, because their ability to be able to hold through a full front side move and be holding for dollars a share. So here we do get that nice move strength off the low. Now we're retesting this pre-market pivot, so I'm kind of already anticipating that. I got the breakthrough $4. I was in 600 shares. Now we're looking for that break at the pivot point, and now I'm looking to add. So I'm kind of holding that 100 shares off the low still, kind of just as like an insurance policy in case it does start to rip. And it also kind of keeps my cost basis down. But we do break the high there at 405, and we don't break out at 410. We don't hold the highs. I was thinking this is going to rip through high day, but as soon as it pulled back, I had to take my small loss and just kind of wait for the next setup. So it would either try it again and it would hold, or it would flush. So really what you're looking for, this is the clear pivot point at 406. If it can break and hold 406, then now you're looking for the highs. And these are the kind of levels that you want to be looking at when you're day trading, because that's where you can time your entries, time your exits. So there's me. And then it does flush down. So that was pretty much it for BIAF. That was it for BIAF. There goes tops. It was kind of bouncy, very, very bouncy tops. The spreads were not very reliable. You can tell the bids dropped out of like nowhere. Not bad there on tops. Pretty good move there. And I'm just getting involved here at the high. I'm thinking I'm getting a little FOMO that's going to rip through the high. And the reason, you know, when I start getting in high like this, I tend to take my profits quick because it's extended. It's way extended off the VWAP, the 9 EMA, the 20 EMA. So this is where you can really be holding a big bag if you're getting in too high. So there we go for that breakthrough of 350 again, but we don't hold. Come back down, still holding 100 shares. Once we start reclaiming this wick, then that's where you want to start going long. So that proper point to go long, boom, right there, 350, break at 350, you see, wow, 17,000 shares, 9,000 shares, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. A lot of orders over 350. Bulls got this. It's going to break through the high. I should be long right now. I don't know what I'm doing. There I go. Finally in 354, selling at 366. So pretty much within a second, 12-cent gain. So now I'm up 475. And let me get back in for... And that looks like that's it for the day. So that was it. BIF was the stock of the day for me. And I finished up $523. So very, very good stuff. Quick look at the month. So we got 2 days left in the month. And I really did not think. I already came in halfway through the month. I was like not on track for hitting my monthly goal. But here I am, 2 days still left to go. And I broke my monthly goal. I'm over it by $109. So I'm up $2,109 on the month. I'm over it by $109. So I thought I wasn't even going to hit my monthly goal today, or at all this month. So far, good on the month and the week, and that just goes to show you when your strategy is starting to see some resistance in the market. It's not really pulling the gains or the consistency that it was in the past, and the market's getting a little cold. It's always best to ease on the side of lowering your share size, trading less, and using caution, because you can see I have my fair share of red days this month. I have 6 red days this month out of 22 days. Or no, 21 days, because we had 1 day off. So out of 21 days, I had 6 red days. So that's like I don't know the math there, but yeah, 6 red days in a month. That's a fair share of red days. But the trick was that I kept them small. I didn't have a red day larger than $100. I had red days at $13, $6, $30, $40, $60, $60. So very small red days. So I don't have a huge imbalance right now because of my green days and red days, because I wasn't even having big green days. So when the market is starts to cool off and your strategy is not performing as it was in the past, always ease on the side of caution. Lower your share size, put your ego in check. It's okay to make less. And that alone enabled me to hit my monthly goal. If I were swinging like I was today for this whole month, I could be red in the month right now, and I could just right now start having some green days, which that wasn't the case because I was able to keep my red day small and be okay with having small green days. I was okay with walking away with $40. I was okay with walking away with $30 here, $100. Small green days is better than a red day, especially in a cold market. If there's not a lot of opportunity, you just got to hang it up. You just got to hang it up. You can't just be fighting because there's no opportunity. And that's how you get very, very deep in the red. So because I was able to keep it small, I was able to hit my monthly goal today, even though I did not expect I was going to hit my monthly goal. I was like already accepted that, you know what, I'm not going to hit my monthly goal. It's just not in it. It's not in the cards this month. Just going to have to weather the storm. Speaking of storms, thank you guys for sending me your wishes. Hurricane Ian is passing right now, starting to clear up a little bit. So thank you for the wishes. Any of you guys over on the west coast of Florida, stay safe. I know it's been rough out there on the west coast of Florida. So hopefully you guys are safe and dry. But that's it. I mean, I got 2 days left in the month. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully this momentum continues. As far as volume goes, I don't think I'm finished here. I think I can push it even more. I mean, look, my volume on the day, I think I'm just getting started here. My volume on the day isn't at the highest of all time. I want to be up here at 100,000 daily volume. So a little bit over halfway there. But with that sort of volume, I was able to take home $500. So if we extrapolate and increase that to 100,000 shares on the day, this could equate to $1,000 on the day, and that's where my sights are right now. That's my next goal to hit, is that first $1,000 day, and I'm not going to stop till I get there. And my goal is to have that by the end of the year. I think I'm getting there. I'm getting close. I'm definitely getting close. This is just the beginning of increasing my share size. There's no reason to back down. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay only making a couple hundred a day. I want to be making 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 in a day. That is my next step. And I'm going to get there. I am going to get there. Just a matter of time. Just got to show up, and when the market's given opportunity, I cannot shy away. In the moment, I have to hit it for 1,000 share increments, 1,500 share increments, and today I did 750. But tomorrow, if the market's given good opportunity like it was today and yesterday, why shouldn't I punch it for 1,000 shares in increments? That should be where I am. I mean, I have to just trust my statistics. Trust my statistics that I'm going to be profitable by the end of the day. So I think it's just the thought of sizing up is a little bit nerve-wracking, but once you actually do it, once you hit the buy button, it's never as bad as what you thought it was. And especially when you close that trade out in the green and you see how much you made relative what you were making before in that same trade, that kind of just builds your confidence even more. Just kind of seeing that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm just going to come in tomorrow with an open mind. You know, if it is slow tomorrow, that's fine, and I'm going to have to be able to adjust on the fly and not just push my share size because today was hot. Because tomorrow is a new day. You never know if it's going to be hot or cold. There's going to be momentum or not. So kind of just have to judge the markets when the time comes tomorrow. We'll see the gap scanner. If by 9:35 I don't see any trades, then definitely is not going to be a day for me to size up, which is fine, which I would be okay with that. But as of right now, I'm going to enjoy the day. Finished up with $523. Actually, $50 off of my all-time biggest green day, which is 574. So that was back in June. $574 green day. That's my biggest green day ever. So $50 off my biggest green day ever. So I'm getting close, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There's a lot more good things to come here. So I'm going to keep at it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. You guys are the OGs if you're still watching this video at 46 minutes. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, peace.